In 1943, in the middle of wartime Britain, deep inside a quiet woodland, far from the bombs and the chaos of the cities, a discovery was made that would outlive the war itself. A human skull, hidden inside a tree, not buried, not abandoned, but carefully placed, concealed within the hollow trunk of the ancient wych elm. This is the story of Bella and the wych elm, one of the most haunting, unsolved mysteries in British history. It was April 18th in 1943. 4 local boys were exploring Hagley Wood, a dense stretch of woodland near Stourbridge. Like many children during the war, they were looking for somewhere to escape rationings, air raids, sirens, and the constant tension of the time. And they were looking for bird eggs up in trees. They weren't supposed to be there. The land was private, part of the Hagley estate. But hunger got the best of them. One of the boys, the eldest, spotted a large wych elm. Its trunk was hollow, dark and inviting, like something out of a story. He climbed up, peered inside, and froze. Inside the tree was a skull. Not an animal, a human, with strands of hair still attached. The boys panicked. They climbed down and ran. At first they made a pact to tell no one. Getting caught could mean serious trouble. But the image stayed with them. The skull, the emptiness, the feeling that they had seen something they were never meant to find. Eventually, the youngest broke the silence and told his father, and the police were called. When officers arrived at the tree, they quickly realized that this was no ordinary discovery. Inside the hollow trunk, they found the skeletal remains of a woman. But what they had found around the tree made the case even more disturbing. Scattered nearby were personal items, a shoe, fragments of clothing, and a gold wedding ring. And then, about a short distance away, buried in the soil, a human hand, separate from the body. Forensic experts examined the remains. They estimated the woman was around 30 to 35 years old. She'd been dead for at least a year, around 18 months. But one detail stood above all others. The opening of the tree was narrow, too narrow to fit the fully rigid body, which meant she had been placed inside the tree shortly after death, before rigor mortis had fully set in. Whoever did this had taken time, care. This wasn't panic. This was deliberate. After the discovery, no one came forward to identify the woman. No missing persons report matched her description. No local families reported a disappearance. She had a wedding ring, suggesting she was married, but her identity remained a complete mystery. And then something strange happened. In 1944, about a year after the body was discovered, a message appeared on the wall in nearby Birmingham. Who put Bella down the wych elm? Soon, similar graffiti began appearing across the region. The wording varied slightly, but the message was always the same. Somewhere, someone seemed to know more. But they gave the unknown victim a name, Bella. To this day, no one knows who wrote the graffiti. Was it a witness, a killer, or someone just repeating rumours? Whatever the truth, the name stuck and the mystery deepened. The simplest explanation is often the most likely. Bella may have been a local woman killed by someone she knew. The woodland provided the perfect hiding space, remote, quiet, and rarely visited. The tree itself may have seemed like a natural grave. But if that's true, why was she never reported missing? The severed hand led to more unusual theories. Some believed the crime was linked to occult practices. In folklore, there is a concept known as the Hand of Glory, a preserved hand said to have magical properties. Could Bella have been a victim of a ritual? Most experts dismiss this theory as speculation, but the missing hand does raise questions. In 1943, Britain was at war. espionage, spies, and secret operations were part of everyday life. Some have suggested Bella may have been involved in espionage, perhaps a foreign agent or informant, silenced, hidden, forgotten. There were even rumours linking her to spy networks operating in the Midlands. A letter to the local paper claimed that the victim was a German spy, killed by her Confederates. The police dismiss this, but in the last few years, as MI5 files have been opened to public scrutiny, evidence of a German spy ring operating in the area has come to light. One such file had a photograph of a well-known actress, Clara Burrell, thought to be trained as a spy because she had worked in the music halls of Birmingham in the 30s and spoke English with a pronounced Brummie accent. She was due to have been parachuted into the area about the time that the body in the Witcham had met her fate, but there was no official trace of her. There is one final detail that makes this case even more unsettling. Bella's body is no longer. After the discovery in 1943, the remains of Bella in the Witcham were carefully collected and stored as evidence. At the time, investigators hoped that the future developments, new techniques, new leads, might one day reveal her identity, but that never happened. Years passed, and the case went cold, and somewhere along the way, the physical evidence began to disappear. It is now widely reported that Bella's remains, her skeleton, have been lost, misplaced, discarded, or simply forgotten in the system. Dr. John Lund was a forensic analyst working the case. In an interview given to the BBC, he said, "As far as I know, we gave the body to the university, and then the bones mysteriously disappeared." West Midlands police have confirmed they don't have her body. In a statement to a local newspaper in 2018, a spokesperson revealed they can find no documentation that may relate to this case at either of the West Midlands police museums. This means that today, modern forensic techniques like DNA analysis can't be used to identify her, and any chance of finally giving Bella a name may have been lost forever. In a case already filled with mystery, this raises even more questions. How does key evidence in such a high-profile investigation just vanish? Was it poor record-keeping, wartime disruption, or something else entirely? All that remains now is speculation, and the woman in the tree is gone, and with her, perhaps, the last real chance to uncover the truth.